Oikawa took a deep breath and stepped out of the car waving goodbye to his sister as she drove off. I can do this. He walked around the university looking for an entrance to the office until he spotted it stepping inside, closing the door softly behind him. He walked over to the front desk. Hello? The lady at the desk looked up at him. Why hello there, young man, she smiled at him sweetly. What brings you here? I'm actually looking to get the key for my dorm. Of course. Name please. Oikawa Toru. Okay. She walked to the back room, leaving Oikawa standing there waiting. 5 minutes passed. Soon enough she comes back holding a key. Sorry for making you wait so long. She hands him the key. Your dorm number is 268. Okay. Thank you. He walked away and out of the office. Once he was out he checked the time, 12:47. After some time of searching and walking around he finally finds his dorm, putting the key into the lock and twisting until it clicks. Okay, this is it. He took a shaky but steady breath in, turned the knob, pushing the door open. He walked inside. Looking around for a light switch, he spots one on the far wall, flipping it on. Wow. He looked around at the nice and big space that he will be sharing with someone. He checked out the rooms, taking it all in. I wonder who my roommate is. And of course his roommate wasn't there, so he picked out his room and unpacked his things, organizing it all. Finally he finished and took a breath in calmly. At that moment all he wanted to do was shower, so he did. He grabbed his clothes and went to the bathroom, forgetting to lock the door behind him. He turned the water on, stripped and got into the shower. 10 minutes pass. He hums very quietly to a song, not hearing someone enter the dorm. Then they enter the bathroom and he hears that, opening his eyes frantically. Who the fuck is in the bathroom with me? His mind was racing. He carefully grabbed some soap, ready to attack whoever it was pulling the shower curtain aside slightly. What the fuck? His eyes widened, his face red. Iwaizumi stares back at him. Once he gets up the courage, the move, he finally starts throwing shit at Iwaizumi. Get the fuck out, creep. Iwaizumi left the bathroom as quickly as he entered. Oikawa was as red as a tomato, turning the water off and drying off as quickly as possible. He walked out in just a towel, trying to figure out who that was. Iwaizumi stared at him, Oikawa looking back at him. Now who the hell is you? This is my dorm, so your roommate? Oikawa was eyeballing him weirdly. Aren't you gonna go put clothes on, or are you just gonna stand there like a widow? Oikawa was confused at first, then he realized he was just in a towel. You creep, stop staring at me. He ran upstairs, his ears red, and slammed his door. Some time passes and he's still just laying in his bed naked, trying to wrap his head around how embarrassed he was. Then suddenly he hears a knock on the door. Just a moment. He gets up quickly and puts his clothes on, then walks over to the door, opening it just enough to see Iwaizumi standing there. Oh, it's just you. He opens the door more. What do you need, creep? Iwaizumi smirked and said in a very mockingly voice. I dunno, creep. Oikawa let out a quiet chuckle and rolled his eyes. Fuck off. He closed the door once again before Iwaizumi even had the chance to say anything. The next day, Oikawa finally awoke. It took him a few seconds to adjust to his surroundings. He looked over at the clock, it read 1:29. He rubbed his eyes for a second before finally coming to his senses. Fuck. I missed my first day of school. I thought I set a fucking alarm. He leaned over towards the clock. It took him a moment to notice the wire to the clock was cut. That bitch. He put clothes on and walked downstairs and waited for Iwaizumi to come back. At 3:45, Iwaizumi finally comes back with a big grin on his face when he sees Oikawa. Oh, I bitch face, why did you cut the wire to my clock? Iwaizumi let out a sorry sarcastic breath. Oh, I sorry, he said in a pouty baby-like voice. Oikawa just glared at him before putting out a hand. Okay then, bitch face, I'm Oikawa. Iwaizumi shook his hand. Nice to finally meet you, Shitakoa. I'm Iwaizumi. Iwaizumi then walked away while Oikawa stared after him with a big fat smile on his face. Let the games begin.